All right, the Seattle Seahawks keep making moves. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that are just kind of overlooked by the national media. And Seattle's one of those teams, and we've been following them for a while. So if you've been subscribed to us, you know all about it. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, you definitely want to subscribe. Okay, so being an outsider and a Lions fan, I'm loving what the Seattle Seahawks are doing. So here's just the latest. You maybe already know this, maybe not, but we're going to break this down. First thing I want to show you, this is the best thing of all this. You've made trades. You've done what you've needed to do to get a first-round pick. You've got 2 seconds, 2 thirds, a fourth, 2 fifths, sixth, and a seventh, which is awesome. And that is more exciting than the free agency stuff. I really believe that. The other thing that you did was you just said, we need a new mindset and just a reset offensively. There's nothing terribly broken with our offense, but we needed to do something different. Gino, love you. See ya. We'll get a pick, and then we'll just sign our boy in free agency, and we got our quarterback, and we're good. Like, you look at the Giants, they don't have a quarterback. You look at the Jets, they don't have a quarterback. Justin Fields, come on. Right, so here's what the Seattle Seahawks keep doing, is they agreed to a deal with DeMarcus Lawrence and Valdez-Scantling. Now, Lawrence is 32, which is not great, but here it is. DeMarcus Lawrence, 32, just appeared in only 4 games last season before he had a season-ending foot injury. So it's like, okay, we know what we're going to get with this guy, strong defensive end. And here's the thing about football that we all know. You got to run the ball and play good defense. Like, that's the core of it. So it's like, all right, let's get a defensive player. We can pair him with our other guys, Ernest Jones. Our run defense was much improved when we had Ernest Jones. You got Reed coming back. Like, defensively, we're going to be fine. That's what I love. You got there right there, Ernest Jones. But what we're going to do is just kind of start building this thing back up through the draft, as you absolutely should. In the meantime, you got Valdez-Scantling, who he's 30 years old. And let me know in the comments, because he's replacing, or, he's adding, I don't know if he's replacing, but he's part of the wide receiver core because you lose DK Metcalf, which, again, I didn't watch every single snap of DK Metcalf like you guys have. But from an outsider's perspective, and let me know in the comments, just highs and lows, man. He's the guy is almost like, speaking of Justin Fields, where 1 second you see one of the coolest, most athletic plays, and you're like, this dude's awesome. Love him. Love this guy. And then the next thing, it's just kind of like, dude, what? I don't know. I feel like he should be better. I don't know. I feel like you should be better. Now, and then he does make a really good play, and you're like, oh, well, he is good. Okay. And it's just this kind of like, man, are you a superstar? Or are you just like a beast wide receiver? I can't really figure it out. So let me know in the comments. To me, just a beast of a specimen that, okay, wide receiver. And I think you're just disappointed because you're like, dude, I see you physically. It's like, are you doing something? So my point in all this is that Scantling, I think, is going to have similar numbers, or you're just not going to see a drop off as much as you think, right? So that's the whole point is, hey, we don't need you to be DK, but we also, maybe DK Metcalf's not, I'm using my hands here, he's not as up here as we thought. Realistically, his stats put him more here, and this gap's not as big. It just won't be as big. So Seahawks needed to add depth. You've got Jackson Smith and Jigba, like, let's go. Need you. Tyler Lockett, love you. Everything you did for us. DK Metcalf's gone. So 1 year, $5.5 million, perfect. Now we've got 2 receivers. We're going to draft one. We're not done with the receiver. We'll throw some guys in there, see what we can get. But we're going to run the ball this year, protect better, play good defense, and, oh, by the way, here is the whole thing right there. It's not free agency. Yes, we're filling some holes, but it's like the draft will be everything for the Seattle Seahawks. This draft, every draft's important, but based on who they gave up and what they got in return, draft picks, if they knock out of the park, because you have, 6 picks here in the first 4 rounds. If they can knock that out of the park, you look back in a year or two and, 4 of these are just home run picks. This franchise will be good for the next 5 years. You'll be all good. Now, if you get only 1 out of these 5 picks, out of these 6 picks, that's tough, and it's like, man, I drafted this guy, and that's what happens, right? It's hard to know. It's hard to draft. So that's the key point. So, being in the division, and playing, let me just pull this up here really quick. So being in the division and playing against Sam Darnold last year, a couple things that I think really stood out that you're getting is crazy, like, live arm. He can make all the throws. There's just a couple throws every game that you're like, ooh, what's that? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? And I think that's the difference, right, between like Tom Brady and Sam Darnold. He's like, Tom Brady hardly ever in 27 years he played where you're like, oh, dude, that was bad. It was like, no, right? So that's the difference between the great ones. If he can minimize that, instead of 2 times a game, he makes this a crazy bonehead. If he does it once, cuts that down, you guys are going to be a problem in the NFC, problem in the West, but it goes back to those draft picks. So if we look at these draft picks, and here's just kind of an idea of what you can do. I like what Tankathon did here. It gives you the first 3 rounds, 5 picks in the Geez, is that right? Yeah, 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. That's a better way to look at it. Offensive tackle, interior offensive lineman. There's Jaden Higgins at 52. Great. Love him. Get a stud linebacker, and Jared Ivey at defensive end edge. I mean, what are we doing? That's the formula. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know about DK Metcalf. Let me know if you're excited or if you're like a little nervous. Like, what are we doing? I get that we're fans and we're just kind of here for the entertainment, but it's like, give me something. I love what Seattle's doing because you're kind of hovering around those 9-10 wins, which is good, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, really, you're 1 game out of the playoffs, but then there's also like, let's do something. Are we going to just sit around and wait for something to happen, or are we going to make something happen? That's what I like about Seattle and what they're doing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, and we'll see all of you on the next one.